Hi guys! I'm here to meet everybody. It's Michelle Marie, Delaney, and Cumbies again. I did get my slab of cheese and I did buy a fountain soda. And I made it a little differently today. But I also did check to see if you could flavor the water. And you can. In fact, I did that as a test. I pressed the button for sparkling water. Was it really sparkling? Well, I don't know if it was really sparkling. But I put some of the cherry Vixen with it. And I tasted it. And it was very strong. I was very surprised. But it was interesting flavor. It had an interesting texture to it. Unfortunately, I didn't put enough ice in this because I was just done eating the cheese. But still, I'm very happy with this morning's show. I think it was great. I think we had a good time. I think we all had a good time. We all got a chance to have fun. Unfortunately, there's the newest outcome from the Trump trial is a top Democrat wants to pass a bill to force Donald Trump to lose his Secret Service entourage if he goes into prison. First of all, let's get one thing clear. Donald Trump is not prison material, okay? He needs protection. Jeffrey Epstein didn't even have that, okay? But then Jeffrey Epstein was doing some really bad criminal things. He got caught for it, Unfortunately, somebody killed him, okay? So, yeah, there is a valid concern about what if Trump was left with no defense. Do you think that the prison detail Rikers Island is going to go out there and make sure that Trump isn't going to get killed? Rikers Island is one of the worst prisons. It's like the American Guantanamo Bay. You don't want to send the president there, okay? But also, one of the Democrats is asking Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, to come to pardon Trump because he feels it would be better for the country if he was pardoned. I agree. Also, it would be good for the Democrats because maybe people won't be so angry about the Democrats for what's happening. Lastly, a poll was just calculated after Trump's conviction says 1 out of 10 Republicans said that they were no longer in favor of Trump because of what happened. I'll tell you, I am not one of them. I am the other 9 people that still supports Trump because I still think he's the best one for the job. And I think that we need to keep that in mind. And, so yeah. Also, are we going to have pizza tonight? Well, Brad won England, but I was going to get pizza. I did get my $240 of food stamps, which I was able to buy my refill on my soda here. Food stamps. I had my cheese and my milk. I bought a half gallon of milk. I have it in my bag here. This is an insulated bag, so technically the milk will stay good for the house. And I think that to ask if I'm going to go get another pizza at Cumbies. CVS with the Anthem card. I don't see why not. I could certainly get another pizza. But remember, also that that card may also work. It may also work also at Aldi. Okay, so there might be a possibility I can get something for American 32 or Aldi on that card. Remember, I'm walking out more, I'm doing more, I'm moving around. I'm not using the walker quite as much, as reliance on it as much anymore. So sometimes I feel confident enough to use one hand to steer it instead of having both. So that means I can hold the soda in my hand again. I mean, I realize that that's a major step in the right direction. Being able to hold the soda in your hand while navigating a little cart or a little walker around. That's actually kind of a nice thing. True, it is hard to steer because none of these wheels swivel. But on the other hand, when they originally designed this, they didn't expect you to have 4 wheels on it. They thought you were just going to have 2 wheels and the skids. I had to take the skids off because Winston sidewalks were basically sandblasting them to death. So, yes. Now we just use it like a rolly thingy to roll around. But they do make wheels attachments that do swivel for this. I could put on, but they're like $34. Does that mean I'm going to buy them? No, not this month. But maybe in a few months or something. Don't forget. But there is one other thing, Michelle, you should talk about. Oh, yes. If I say this morning, if anyone wants to donate old stuff, if you have old records, music, audio, video gear, and you want to donate, you certainly are welcome to do so. Just email me at bichela3@gmail.com, and I will give you my address so that you can actually send whatever you feel comfortable sending to me. It doesn't have to does not have to be new. I want to stress that, guys. I like surprises, nice surprises. That is okay. I'm sorry about the minute blew at my door. It doesn't really count as a nice surprise unless they were to hand me something nice. Like maybe a gift or something. Anyway, the point is, if you ever want to donate anything you have, where you're laying in your attic or your basement, it's been unused, and you think I could use it, please don't be afraid to donate that. I mean, I'm pretty open to most things. I mean, if you're not sure, just ask me. Like we talked about the computer thing. For example, why not? Let's talk about that. Computer thing. There's no reason, for example, if you have an old, like i5, i7, or i3 laying around and it's just collecting dust and it's fairly complete, at least we know it will work, because I've got a video card for it. It's a full-size ATX motherboard with probably a 6-pin PCIe connectors. I can plug in my video card into it. Or they were talking about music from Latin American music, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Cuban, Brazilian. Hey, I would love so much to listen to that. I love music from all countries. I really do, especially Latin music. Italian goes in this too, because it is technically speaking a Latin-based language. French, as I said, Portuguese, Spanish. I love music from all countries, honestly, especially all the Western countries. I'm also looking for music for Finnish and Norwegian as well, and I got some German. Not a lot of it. But I do love music. So if you ever want to donate like records or something, just contact me at bichela3@gmail.com. I will, appreciate anything you can do, and I'll just give you my email address. Also, like I said, I love curios, knickknacks, and things like that. I like little things, it doesn't have to be new. Now, that's one of the reasons why I want to make sure people understand that. It doesn't have to be new. You don't have to buy new. You really don't. If I can find a use for it, I'd be happy. I love old telephones. I love old computers. I love curios, books, knickknacks, tarot cards. Yes. I love all that stuff. I'm easily satisfied. If you ever find any more stuff for Carmen Miranda, whatever, pictures, records, no, please, more records. We got to get more Carmen Miranda records. I only got like 3. I got That Night in Rio 78 RPM 5 record set, and I got the Brazilian Fireball and the Brazilian Bombshell. But I don't have any other records. Like, I don't have South American Way. I don't have, That Night in Havana. The Weekend in Havana. I want that too. There was also some great music from Greenwich Village. There was wonderful music from the Coco Cabana. I also like music by Gloria Estefan. I don't know if I like Gloria Estefan as well. But it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Gloria Estefan, in some ways, Carmen Miranda likes Gloria Estefan as well. I asked her. She says she's good. She's, she's very expressive in her music and her dance routine. And she says she likes Gloria Estefan. So, yeah, I definitely do like Miami Sound Machine. So, anything on vinyl. Anything on vinyl. No CD. I don't want any CDs because first of all, I have no way of really playing them. And second of all, Silver Moon Radio is a LP show. We can play 33s, we can play 45s, we can play 78s, we can even play 16 RPM on the Carrera 210 turntable. So, to me, that's the awesome thing, is that we got all these different music shows, and it don't matter how old the record is. I don't care. It can be, like I said, it can be from the 40s, it can be from the 30s, even the 20s, it can even be the double O's, 1900, 1910, 1920, 1930, 1940, 1950, all the way up to 2024. I will take it. Really, people ask me for more contemporary artists. I would love so much to let you know that I would love to have contemporary music as well, because that's what people at Silver Moon have asked me for. So, don't be afraid. If you got some old record you bought that you thought you were going to like it, it turned out wasn't your style, you don't know what to do with it, you think no one else is going to take it, send it my way. I'll play it. At least I'll give it a play. I may not always like it, but I'll play it. After all, we got 5 new records to play for Silver Moon this week that are club mixes albums, and so that's going to be kind of fun to play that. So I'm looking forward to that. As I said, any speed, 16 in a third, 33 2/3. They're known as 16 RPM, 33 RPM, 45 RPM, 78 RPM. I'll play it. 7-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch. Sorry, I can't do 16-inch transcription discs. I'd love to, but I can't do 16-inch transcription discs. That's the only thing I kind of wish I could play. I could maybe find a way to convert an 8-track into something, but that's kind of, again, that doesn't go with Silver Moon, because 8 tracks don't really fit into the Silver Moon theme. That I also still want to get my album. I keep talking about that. I want to buy my own album. The one I mentioned that kept saying a Silver Moon album. I want my own album. But I have to make sure important shit gets done first. Fun shit gets done later. Okay? So it means bills gotta get paid first, and then if the bills are paid for, then we can start looking into the fun stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. And tonight is the regular night show on YouTube and Kink. It is kind of sad that we can't play music on YouTube as much. But it was funny because when I played live at the Italian party when demonstrating the mixer, I didn't get any hit on copyrights on that. I think the reason is because Tifton's live sound series, or the Tifton LSS series for the live at the Italian party, that music was never released again as vinyl albums or as CDs or MP3s. So you might say, gee, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and release the copyright and see it's yours? Because it's unethical to do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't have the copyright to those songs. That's not cool to do that to somebody else. I say if for some reason I didn't put the whole Live at Italian Party album up there on YouTube, I would make sure from the very beginning and say, I don't own this record. I don't own the copyrights to these songs. Here is the last known address to Tifton Sound that you can find a way to reach the original publisher. I'm just releasing this album so that others can enjoy the music, and that's what I would do. So that's kind of what Silver Moon does. Silver Moon is where we do get a chance to put music out that others may not have heard, because that makes it so awesome. You get a chance to hear all kinds of awesome tunes, and you can start to see I'm getting a little bit of a tan here. I'm going to stand consistently all over my body. I can just see a big giant spatula lifting me up, flipping me over, going, this side's done, you know. Except there's got these metal, yes, these, by the way, are these tables, because they're commercial tables. These umbrellas on these tables are metal, they're not canvas. So, but then again, you have to understand that these tables get a lot of people sitting at them, especially in the spring. People come here and they enjoy the nice warm weather and hanging out. This is one of the few areas that this is kind of like the local watering hole for a lot of people that don't drink alcohol. They come here, they get a soda, they get a water, so it's not really a major congregational spot where people congregate, but it's kind of a thing that people do enjoy. And as like I said this morning, that in church, I actually am very much looking to find a way to refresh myself with the New Order of the Mass from 2011 and from Pope Benedict, and re-familiarize myself with the Mass and enjoying and reading through the Order of the Mass as it's changed to now, as I really do love reading about religion. I do love it. And I think one thing you probably would benefit from is if you could get like more books in foreign languages. I think you would love to get maybe a couple novels, or simple, like young adult novels, or stories in foreign languages like in Portuguese or Italian. I think you would love that. I know you struggle reading it, but somehow I can just see you braving it through it. I remember when you were Alexander Bryce for Blind, you were reading a young adult fiction story that was in Braille to help you learn the Braille. Yes, The Otherwise Girl. Yeah, that was really, really challenging to read in grade 2 Braille. I did. I got through it. And then I had access to a printed copy, and I kind of finished it after reading a good portion of the book in Braille. It was fascinating, though, because Braille is hard to do, you know. But I do enjoy some challenges. But I still want the Carmen Miranda headdress. I know it's just one style based on the headdresses that she's worn in a couple of headdresses she's worn. I would love to have that one headdress. It's not the high quality one that she probably wore in, say, Weekend in Havana. But the point is that we talked about it. Denise R. originally was going to donate one. Denise R. never did manage to donate. I don't know if she was time or forgot or what the case is, but just to point out is that I would love so much to have a headdress. I do love that stuff, and there's something funny about the whole thing, and I mean, I'm an American born Italian, Norwegian, German, British ancestry, you know. But yeah, I love the Latin culture. I do. I lived in Willimantic for like 7 years in Little Puerto Rico. I lived in I was respected as a Latina, even though I wasn't. You know, people didn't question it because I was Italian Norwegian. I was like, oh, well, you know what? Michelle's Italian Norwegian. Hey, but she's cool anyway. You know, she's not gonna hurt us. She's like, you know, she wants to embrace the community. She wants to be part of the society, and they respectfully understood that. I was like, one of the things that some people forget. I will say this right now. Make sure, if you want to earn brownie points with people in the urban ghetto environment, is something similar that we tend to say when they come here. Learn to integrate with them, their culture, become part of the community. Don't stay isolated. I've seen this so much. They don't go through, you know, they're living in, you say, a ghetto community because they want to, but because they have to. And they're, you know, broke. And then all of a sudden they see you as a stranger. Oh, wait a minute. She doesn't want to be with us. We're Puerto Rican and she's English speaking, Italian, Norwegian. She doesn't want to be part of our community. She just wants to sit in her 3rd floor apartment in an old rundown house that needs paint. And you know what? I wasn't far from this case, because me and some other people I knew, like Robbie and Leslie, these are local women I knew, they were English also. We all embraced the Puerto Rican community. We all did. We all were part of the culture. I mean, I was friends with the neighborhood pimp. I was friends with the community. You know, I was friends with a lot of different people there in Willimantic. I don't care what your ethnic background is if I like you, I'm going to hang out with you. If I didn't, you know, that's not because of your ethnic background. You know, sure, there was a couple of people I didn't like, but then there were people I did. So that was just why that's the reason why. It's kind of makes sense that I'm like this. It's because, I mean, let me explain why she contacted Carmen from her own words. can do that tomorrow too. I can explain tomorrow night. But if you want me to give you a quick 411, after Michelle's injury, I had no idea how to help get Michelle to feel like she didn't lose everything. I knew I was way out of my league, and I said to Mother God, I said, Mother, Michelle needs help. I don't know how to help a person who suffered a debilitating injury. I don't know how I can get Michelle to feel like she's still capable of doing the things she used to do. Michelle used to love moving around, dancing, being a free spirit, doing things, going in and out when she pleased, go up and down the stairs, doing things. I mean, yes, her hips used to hurt, but she used to love doing that. And she used to go out on occasion and go for walks every so often. We used to go to the soup kitchen, which we still don't know if the soup kitchen was open yet, but that's another story. And I said, I need someone that can help get Michelle motivated to come back out more. Because everybody is going to know if Michelle is just sitting in that environment like a big fat person in a chair, it's going to mostly kill Michelle. It's physically going to end up killing her too. They got to get her back on her feet. Got to get her back. So, Mother God looked into it and trying to find the best qualified, and that's where Carmen came in. Because all I know his mother said is, okay, I will talk to some people and see what I can find. That's all she told me. She didn't say who she was going to contact. She didn't know anyone at the time. She had to look into the people that would probably be best qualified. And she said, when I find her, you will know. That's when Michelle pulled up Chicka Chicka Boom Chick. And Michelle looked at that, and then Carmen kind of jumped out at us and said, hi, it's going to help you out and save you problems, make your life better. And I was sat there like, what? Who are you? She said, you don't know who I am. I can't believe it. Well, you see the woman with the hat there and that big head of food? That's me. So I said to her, so, okay, yeah, all right. So how are you going to get Michelle back on her feet? Oh, she said, that's easy. Michelle like dance. I know she does. She dances for fun. Let's get her back on her feet again. But we have to be careful. Yeah, because the reason why we have to be careful is because Michelle had a major knee injury. It was going to make it very hard. But we got her up and moving. That's why she walks down here every day. It's not just because she needs to exercise those muscles. She does. But it's also because the sun's good on her body, and it gives her vitamin D3, which is going to help keep her bones strong. So that's the reason we need to do this. Michelle takes the multivitamin every day, but it's the reason why we got to get Michelle out. That's why we do this. Yeah, I appreciate that. However, let me say one thing. I will be saying it tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow night's show would be interesting when I interview Carmen. I think she'd like that, actually. We'll see. That's going to be at 3 o'clock, so we'll see what happens. Carmen is not a demon, first of all. And second of all, if it wasn't for Carmen's help, I would have been very, very much out of my league, because I had no idea what to do at first with physical injury like Michelle's. Carmen apparently is also working with 2 other people that want to get into performing arts. And another person that I think is the man? I think it's a man, actually. She's working with a guy as well, who's not necessarily interested in performing arts, but is very much struggling with his issues in his life, and she's helping him to slowly work through his issues so that he can, recover his. I don't know if he has an injury. She said he does not have a physical injury. What she's saying is that he did have issues with drugs and alcohol and self-esteem. So you see, we have teams of people on the other side that work with certain groups of people. Well, we're volunteers. They're not hard. They're not specially licensed or trained. We do get some basic training on the other side, but some people are more suitable for other people than others. For me and Michelle, because I'm her twin soul or twin flame and former spirit guide, it makes sense that I work with Michelle in one sense, but in the other sense I can't, because the physical injury was out of my league. Well, first time I met Carmen, I wasn't sure what to make of her either, but then I found out she really was quite a sweet person and very dynamic, very much like Michelle is. If you ever let Michelle be Michelle. And also, the fact is that Michelle in some ways has a lot of empathy for Carmen, because just like Carmen, there's some garbage in, someone shoved in this. Yeah, they do that 10 times. Well, let us properly place into said trash receptacle. Got it. So for Michelle to find a person that is a kindred spirit to help her was very important to do. So, I know this was Michelle's video. I'm not going to take too much time to talk about this here, but just to say is, I am very glad that Michelle is beginning the process of recovery, and she really appreciates your understanding. Like I said, we're pretty knowledgeable about spiritual realms, and I would love to see Michelle continue to grow emotionally, psychologically. She's doing better now. She just doesn't want to have to be considered, any lesser than she is. Michelle doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't do anything nasty, she's not a gossiper, she's not a rumor monger, she's just an individual, very intelligent person that's just trying to, like everybody else, just trying to deal with life every day and grow, and that's fine. I really am happy that Michelle's here. And I'm really happy that Michelle is beginning to recover her identity and who she was and her dynamic nature. Something I couldn't do. I couldn't bring that back, really. I tried. And Carmen had some positive influence, and I think that's also something to keep in mind too. Michelle loves doing what she does, and she loves doing the morning show. Just as Carmen, she may have been made fun of by 20th Century Fox in the end for sales tickets. If Carmen was alive now, someone said she might be more like a Cyndi Lauper. In some ways, she'd be more like Michelle Marie Glenny if she was alive today. In a way, she gets it. One of the things that Carmen said to Michelle, and I will say this right now, is I want to have a normal life. I want to understand the normal world. I've been a musician, I've been a performer, but except for my childhood, I never really totally understood the way the world is normally for the everyday person. Now, we're not exactly standard textbook human American average, but she loves coming by, hanging out, playing World of Warcraft, and I think that's wonderful for Michelle and her when we all kind of rib around and tease each other a little bit. We don't mean to harm each other, we're just basically having fun. I think that means something. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Well, Michelle, I'll let you take it over from here. I just wanted to make sure that you know what I felt about it and stuff like that. And like people know that Michelle will accept almost any donation she sends. Just not to be new. Don't be afraid of it to be new. Michelle will take use. Trust me, she does. She likes old stuff. She likes new stuff. Sometimes she takes her a while to figure out what to do with the stuff, but she'll find the use for it sooner or later. For example, she's got a Canon AE1 film camera from Wiggy, which she still hasn't yet shot any film in, but she does know it works. Yes, and I also have another inexpensive camera from another company I never heard of, which looks like it's using the Pentax K1000 lenses. And it's missing the battery cap for the coin cell battery. I do have that, and so maybe we'll finally find a way to put that to work too. Yeah. So everybody, thank you so much for coming to the morning show today. We had a fantastic program. We sure did. We had a lot of people. Let's keep up the positive vibes. Let's keep that as the thing. Let's keep it going. Let's go out there, continue to have fun every day. It makes the show so much better when we all go out there and have fun. Yep. All right, guys. See you later. Man, this thing is scary. I got it. All right. Bye, guys.